So the short answer to this question is yes, with a couple of maybes or conditions, howevers. And I know that we lawyers have a reputation for doing that, for answering a question, not yes or no, but here's the rundown. Generally speaking, if you're an employer, you can require that your employees get the vaccine, right? You can say, as a condition to keep working here or to be hired here, you need to be vaccinated against COVID-19. However, if an employee comes to the company and says, I cannot get the COVID-19 vaccine, either based on a sincerely held religious belief or religious objection, or based on a disability, a condition that makes the vaccine unsafe for them or not recommended, well, then you have to look at this and say, okay, is that employee entitled to a reasonable accommodation request? Meaning, can they, if they can still perform their job functions, can they still do their duties? If the answer is yes, with some accommodations in place. Maybe they're working from home remotely. Maybe they're coming in scattered shifts and they're wearing protective gear and you're giving them masks and a face shield. Maybe they're siloed away from other employees. If they can still do their work, then you have to grant those accommodation requests. But if they can't do the work with an accommodation and they need to be, let's say, for example, in person, around a lot of people, then you are allowed to say, listen, I'm sorry, this accommodation request is just too much. It's too expensive. It disrupts the operations. So there are situations where you could let an employee go or require them to be vaccinated. Quick example, a restaurant, a head chef. They might say, I'm against the vaccine, but I want to work remotely. Well, can't do it if you're cooking the food. Well, okay, I want to work away from everybody else. Well, if you're in the kitchen needing to oversee employees in close proximity and you're not vaccinated, that could create a danger for those workers. So your employer might say, listen, I'm really sorry, but I cannot keep you. It's a really complex, it's a tricky analysis. So I recommend really consulting with me and my firm. As a law employment lawyer, we can really steer you in the right direction.